I beg your pardon, but I just needed to take some of my medicine. What's up, swim, bike, run friends on YouTube? Just wanted to talk about, as quick as I possibly can, without missing any details, chiropractic, and just a little story, how I ended up involved in it. Not as a practitioner, of course, but as a patient. Early last year, around the beginning of the summer, I suffered a compressed spine from a little accident I had, and I started seeing a chiropractor in the hopes that all he was going to do was crack it out of me, and everything would be better. And I watched videos on YouTube on what to expect with that, but that wasn't the case. It turned out that the chiropractor that I'm seeing has this whole system of, like, if you start going to a chiropractor and your spine is in alignment, your body's going to be able to fight off illness or whatever else it is. And I just thought, wait a minute, what? I didn't understand it. It didn't make sense. I was going to him like twice a week. It was $55 a pop for the next like 2 or 3 weeks. Then it was like every other week, once a week, and then now it's every month. And it was a lot of money to put out, especially for, other things like, other therapies. He would do, what do you call, ultrasound. He would do ultrasound therapy for a couple things, and that is more money. But that aside, the thing that really got me was the whole muscle testing. I don't know if you've heard of this, but when I was having some gastrointestinal issues last year, I asked him what he thought about taking a probiotic. Then he said, I can test you on this. And I said, okay. He told me to bring in the bottles with the pills. So I brought in these 2 different supplements that I had gotten, and what he did was he laid me down on the thing and told me to hold the bottle in my hand. And then he had me raise my arm in the air, and he told me push against him after putting my arm some certain way. I don't know what exactly he was looking for, but he said, this will work and that won't work. I asked him the same thing about Hammer Nutrition's Heed, which is kind of like a Gatorade kind of thing. And he said that might work for you, and I was like, okay. But doesn't it kind of just sound like voodoo magic? Like, it doesn't make much sense to me. And when he tried to explain it, it was great, because he tried to compare it to radio or wireless, which by logic, I used the physics of it, like radio waves, or, how the signal gets from a transmitter to a receiver, and he tried to compare it like that, like, oh, it's wireless or whatever. It's like the brain knows what's in your hand, and it's gonna magically find out what it's gonna be able to tell. Something like that. Which I thought was kind of a bunch of bull crap, and I still do. So, most recently, I started weightlifting late November or whatever. I wanted to get in a good shape for this coming triathlon season, because I wanted to do well and maybe do an Olympic distance race. And so, I do a full body workout every other day, basically, 3 days a week, Sunday, Tuesday, and Thursday. And on the 22nd, I did a weight workout, and I went to him on the 23rd because the Friday before, I had sustained another little compression in my back, and I wanted him to get it out, which he did. But in the process, he also adjusted my neck that same day, and I did not feel right the next day. And then, not even 2 days later, I was in pain, and I'm still in pain. A little bit stiff, and it feels like muscular pain. It's like in my trap on the left side. So, I went back to him the Wednesday or Thursday after, and I said, something's wrong. And he charged me for that day, and I think another time I came back. Since then, he hasn't, because he's tired of me complaining. I'm pretty sure he's tired of seeing me. Just overall, I don't feel like I should have had to see him so often for issues that I didn't really have anymore until that day, the 23rd of December, where I possibly sustained this injury. And what I think happened was, the muscle had to repair itself, and there may have been some micro tears or whatever naturally from the working out. And when he went to twist my neck, I think something may have gone worse. Now it's just a matter of waiting and hoping that heals up. And I'm really hoping it does, because I don't know what it's going to take or how long it's going to take. So it may have been inevitable because I needed that thing fixed in my back. But either way, one thing I wanted to suggest is that if you're looking for a chiropractor or something, to make sure that he's not going to suck you into something you feel uncomfortable with. Make sure that he's really only going to focus on mechanical function and making sure that there's no pain anywhere, or any weird stuff going on with your back. There was actually an article I found online that I wish I had read beforehand, which talks about all these things, and I'll link to that in the description for you to read, because it was a really good article. And I hope you can learn something from that, because I sure have. It hasn't been a completely positive experience, and I kind of feel like I've been cheated out of a lot of money. Even though I do have like the insurance and I get a good portion back, I still don't get all of it back, and it's still money that I'm out. So don't get suckered into things you feel uncomfortable with. I had no way of knowing that this would happen, but I'm not happy about it. So once this is healed, I don't know if I'm going to continue with seeing him, because I really only want injuries fixed. If I ever have a back injury, I don't want to just go for adjustments just because. The other funny thing is that he keeps telling me when I would go for adjustments, either I had a left short leg or a right long leg or a right short leg or whatever. When I think about it, it's like the way I walk, I'm pretty sure that one of my legs is always longer than the other. I mean, most people I think are like that. So it's not like it just changes. He suggested I take Motrin or Advil, but I like that idea better. Not a big fan of wine, I'd rather have beer, but my mom had me buy it because she needed to cook with it. Anyways, that's all I have for now. Thank you for watching, and I look forward to giving you my next update. I hope your training's going better than mine, because I'm a month out. So we'll see what happens over the next coming weeks, and then I'll update you again, most likely. Keep on swimming, keep on cycling, keep on running.